What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So today we have some good news. So in my last video I was talking about how I have recorded a Q&A about tech school and BMT, but I didn't have the audio, so I had to re-record it. I was mentioning the fact that I was going over to a friend's house for Thanksgiving, and that possibly we would be able to re-record that video with him in it to kind of have a different perspective, but I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to do that. Good news, guys. I do have that video, two videos. We were able to kind of record that. So this first video here is going to be questions that you guys had about BMT, kind of like a Q&A. And then the second video is going to be about tech school, so security forces tech school. So two videos, hope you guys enjoy. As always, if you guys have any questions, concerns, or comments, make sure to leave comments down below. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button, and we'll see you guys again in my next video. Take care.
Hey guys, my name is A1C Narte, and I'm filling in for Ellison to answer some of your questions.
Alright, so the first question is, what are the jobs/duties that we have within our flights, and what would be the best ones to volunteer for so you don't get a bad one?
Okay. So a lot of the times when you're in BMT, you're assigned jobs to do like latrine, laundry, shoe lining, and EC procedures. A lot of the times your MTI is going to assign them for you on the first day. And usually you don't want to do it if they just pick you, because sometimes it's a sign that you like to mess up, or you like to be rowdy, or like to be rebellious, and they'll just like, oh, you know what, make you chow runner. And if you don't know some of the jobs, chow runner, I mean, it's not a terrible job. It's just a job that you kind of don't want to do, because basically what it is you're bringing the flight in for chow. And you have to go through this like little procedure that you do right before you eat chow. Like the two chow runners will go in, and you have to go to the snake pit. Now the snake pit, it's where all the MTIs kind of lounge around, and you have to report to them saying around the lines of, sir, trainee, blah blah blah, reports as ordered, flight, your number is ready to dine in, or something to that effect. And then they'll make you go, like, all right, you can go and do it, or go in with your flight. If you don't do it right, they make you go do it all over again. So you have to go out, and you have to do your facing movements and do it again. And I've witnessed like a flight do it like 5 times, and the guy was just like in tears, just like he was like he didn't want to do it anymore because he was nervous. And so at first it's a little jarring, but over time you kind of get used to it. Unfortunately for Ellison, he almost had to do it, but luckily he got out of it because our MCI was like, "Oh, you didn't piss me off. Who pissed me off? Oh, this guy did." And so he ended up making him a chow runner. But that's one of the jobs you can do. Personally, I did latrines. I was in charge of cleaning the showers. But within the latrine, if you don't know what latrine is, it's the bathroom, and we call it latrine as a military term. But yeah, we clean the bathrooms, we clean the sinks, we clean the toilets, shower heads, all the showers. So that's another job you can do. Another one, it's EC monitor. Basically, it's called entry controller, and all you do, or entry control monitor, they are the ones that assign you a job or a shift to patrol around your dorms. So you'll do that a lot all throughout your time at BMT. And usually the worst shift that, in my opinion, was the worst shift was around 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock at night. And it sucked because you had to wake up like the hour after and you're just dead tired. You have to do PT, and then you march all day and um, all day classes as well. So it's a terrible shift. And for me, I had bad luck in BMT. I got it like 3 times. The first time around, I got it three nights in a row, which sucked, but I got through it. Another job you can do is laundry. A lot of people liked it. It's just it depends on if you're in Disneyland or if you're in Alcatraz. It could be easier for you. For us, I was in Alcatraz, or we were in Alcatraz, and the laundry room was about 5 minutes away. You had to go down the stairwell and go through this room, which was really really hot. Depending on time of day it was, and you get just sweaty and stuff, and it just takes hours and hours and hours. But if you're at Disneyland, they have laundries inside their own dorms, so it's actually just right there. So depending on where you're at, so prepare yourself. But laundry is actually you have a lot of downtime and you're just waiting, and you don't have to worry about doing like rolling your socks or getting stuff done. The only drawback is like doing all that kind of stuff, but you miss a lot of things that are required of you during your stay at BMT, like sometimes going to classes or doing something that's very important. And when you're doing laundry, you're doing that for most of the day, and so you don't have a whole lot of time to do the things that you want to do. There's a couple of friends that I met that I know that when they did laundry, they missed a lot of mail time, and so they wouldn't get it until like after, and they would just have to come back and read it a little like really quickly, and then there'd be curfew. So it's a good job, but just be very cautious that you're not going to have a lot of time to do the things that you want to do. Oh, you have a shoe liner. That's like the easiest job. I think you could definitely, if you want, to definitely try to get that. All you do is align shoes like under your bed. To make it flush or not flush uh, against the railing and stuff. Just to make it all neat and stuff. And that's like one of the easiest jobs you can do. Another one is you can wiping the what is it, the chrome?
Wasn't easy. That was hallway crew, and we
The-
had a lot of other stuff to do besides that. But
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
was,
Ellison did hallway crew, and he did he did the little hallway from like our start right before you get inside the room, and we have a little chrome that like right before you enter the actual bays inside the dorm. And so if you didn't do it right, or if they found like a smudge, that's a demerit, and you don't want that. So a lot of the jobs that you do is geared towards your inspection, and if you do it right, then your MTIs will be very happy, and they won't yell at you as much. If you don't do it right, they'll just tell you, and you're just gonna have to eat it and pray to God that you don't do anything stupid. But it wasn't as hard as a lot of other branches, but it's supposed to build you up as a team, and that's the whole goal as in BMT is to build you up and to make a whole team environment because everybody is from different backgrounds, different religions, different social status, different ethnicities, and it just brings you together as a team to build a teamwork environment and to create camaraderie and to make friends like long lasting friends. And a lot of times that you didn't expect that when you're doing a job, and especially for me, like I made a lot of great friends doing going through BMT. So yeah, it's you guys will have a lot of fun. Wearing the Air Force shirt at BMT. If you want to risk it, you can try, but I highly suggest you shouldn't because there have been a lot of stories. I didn't personally didn't see anything like scrutiny happen right when you get off the bus. Because I heard a lot of stories where you wear the shirt, they'll just yell at you like, "Oh, why are you wearing it? You think you're in the Air Force already?" I thought I was gonna see that a lot, but it really didn't happen. During that bus, like going on the bus and then getting it off, and then just getting in line right before you go up the stairs to your dorm, they just yell. They just yell at you to get extended attention. They yell at you to just look straight forward, and if you mess up, they'll just get at you. So yeah, maybe it may happen that they will say something about you when you're wearing that shirt, but I think it just really depends on the MTI that you'll have because there'll be MTIs that won't care, and there'll be other ones that probably will. So it's at your discretion if you want to do that or not. A typical day at BMT, you'll wake up at around 5:45. To you get up, you get dressed for PT, and then you'll tidy up your beds and just make everything all nice. And you'll go down to the PT pad. You'll do your PT for an hour. You'll come back. If you're lucky, you'll go eat first, and then after that, after you eat, then you go shower, and then after you shower, then you'll do dust downs and details, which is pretty much cleaning. Whatever job that you're assigned to, you'll do that, and then you'll line up on the wall to march to wherever you're gonna go for the day. So you can either be doing drills, marching all day, practicing for parade field or coin ceremony, and you'll be going to do classes as well. And so during probably around maybe 8 to 11, you'll have you'll do all that kind of stuff, and then you'll go to chow. And after chow, then you go back to doing whatever you're doing, your classes, like I said, or practicing stuff. And then it goes up to dinner, uh, and pretty much that kind of signifies the end of the day. And after that, then you go back and you go to do airman's time with your MTI. He'll pass out mail. He'll ask you questions. You ask him questions. And after that, you guys do dust downs and details. After you shower, and then you just go off to bed around 9 o'clock. That's when curfew is. And so it just really depends on what week you're in. Usually, if it's a Sunday, you have pretty much all day to just do like rolling socks, fixing your lockers, doing dust downs, details. It's a lot of downtime, and you're staying in the dorms the entire time. But it's a good way to get everything all ready before inspections, and to also get to know your fellow wingman. Because BMT is all about this, all about getting to know your wingmen, being there for each other, helping them if they're struggling in one area of their cleaning area or their bed, or it just helps build that foundation for your career and stuff. Um, but going back to a typical day, it's just very dependent on your schedule. And you'll when you get to the BMT and in your dorms, it'll have to be posted up somewhere, usually next to the flight office. That it's like the what you're doing like the whole day and for the rest of the week. So my PT test experience was I failed the run for the first time for first assessment, and you have three chances. So you have your first assessment, second assessment, and then your final third assessment. And the first two, they're just practice, and they don't really count. They just kind of show you where you're at and how you can progress. And so my run for the PT test was like 15 minutes, and I think I did all right for the push-ups and sit-ups, but the run was what got me the most. And so I just I made sure I ate healthy and made sure I ate right, and when I ran, I made sure I just kept going because they don't tell. I don't know if they tell you this uh, right before you go to MEPS or anything like that, but you do have to do a 26-minute run, and that actually helps you because in a way it's supposed to be around 2 miles you can do in that amount of time, and it helps you build that endurance and that effectiveness to last longer when you run and stuff. So it helps you, and so you do that like every other day during the week. And so when I first initially did it caught me off guard, and I ran really really slow. And during that PT test, I just didn't really um, try my best. I didn't push myself that hard. And they'll push you. The MTS will push you. And that's what they're there for. They're there to motivate you, yell at you, yes, but motivate you nonetheless. But yeah, I kept doing it, and then I actually got up to what was my time? I think I made a 13, a 13 on my no, yes, yeah, I made a 13:30, I think, on my second one, and then I went up like 12:50 on my last one. So the PT test, to pass it for the run, it's like a 13:36. What we ran on for PT, just regular PT, it was like a pad, like a large pad, um, and that's because I was in Alcatraz. That's what we ran. But for Disneyland, I believe they ran on a track. So, I mean, it's really dependent. Like I said, it's really dependent on where you're at. Like either if you're in Alcatraz or in Disneyland, it's like you'll be in a pad or you'll be on a track, like an actual track. The pad it's concrete, and the track is like a rocky track, like an orange rocky track.